Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in, watching and listening. This video is going to be a little bit different than usual. We're going to take a look at the next 6 months, so the remainder of 2022, and this reading is specific to the zodiac sign of Aquarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising, especially since we're taking a look at the next 6 months. You're going to want to know as much as possible. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. I post a couple videos for each zodiac sign a month. With that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So what's coming to a close for the first half of the year. The second column, we're going to take a general look at what's coming through the end of 2022, so the next 6 months. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and the fifth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides, so something to carry into the end of the year with you. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the year, a healing note, a let it go note, and a message from your loved one who has passed away. So lots to go through, but let's go and jump in. Again, this is for Aquarius for the next 6 months or so through the end of 2022. We're going to pull a summary card to start off with. And again, this is what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you, Aquarius. The first card that we have is time. It feels like things have been moving slower this year than you were anticipating, Aquarius. That's the message I'm getting right off the bat. But let's go ahead and jump right in, see what clarifying cards we have coming through for you. Okay. First things first, we have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords looks a little gloomy, but I actually really like this card. If you take a look here, they're all facing away from us, their heads are bowed down, and there's a bunch of swords stuck in the boat. But we have to think of this card in terms of this boat is moving us in a forward direction. So the 6 of Swords is about going through a necessary transition. And sometimes this is physical. This could have been you actually moving or relocating as well in the first half of the year. The next card we have is the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a card of self-imposed restrictions. It's a card of isolation. Some of you could have really felt restricted the first half of this year as well. Just not having the ability or time to do some of the things that you were hoping to accomplish. Then last but not least down here we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a very supportive card. It's very tolerant. It's very empathetic. These are all traits that are being possessed by you, Aquarius. I feel like you just kind of rolled with the punches. It was the only thing that you could do as you went through this transition, and things were just restricted and not moving as quickly as you would have liked for them to. Let's clarify this row and see what other messages we've got here. Those both wanted to come out, so I suppose you can have those both, Aquarius. I don't typically do 2 cards, but sometimes if they really stick together, I will. So on top of our 6 of Swords, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So back-to-back 6s here. With the 6 of Pentacles, this is a card of giving or receiving help. It's a very generous card. And honestly, this feels like both. I feel like you have done a lot for everyone around you at the beginning of this year, but also you're being really well supported as you go through this transition. Again, whether it's more spiritual or more of your path, or whether it was a physical move. The next card that we have is the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is a card of apathy and feeling unfulfilled, which makes sense because if you're in this restricted position, or if you're in this position where you feel like you're isolated, it's hard to not have those lower feelings, Aquarius. The nice thing about this card though also is this 4th cup here is surprise gifts. So these are gifts that are going to be coming to you. Although it might not have been the easiest first half of the year, I do think there were some really positive surprises that were built in there for you. Then at the bottom we have our 2 cards together. The first card that we have is the Death card. The Death card makes total sense in this scenario. We are already talking about how you've been going through this necessary transition with the Six of Swords, and the Death card almost echoes that. It's a big change, it's an ending, it's time to move on, it's transformation. I especially love to see this card when we're doing like these year-long readings or these 6-month readings, because yes, it is time to transition, absolutely. We're leaving behind the first half of this year and transitioning into the second half of this year. Then the other clarifying card we have here is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a gloomy card. You see the sky is very dark. This person is laying down and they have swords in them. So again, these are kind of those low feelings. It's feeling limited. It's feeling like you're in a low spot and not being able to move forward. However, I couldn't think of a better card to again leave in the column that's wrapping up and coming to a close. So not the easiest 6 months for you, Aquarius, but again, we get to transition away from this. We get to leave this behind us. And now let's take a look at what's coming for the remainder of 2022. We have the card Influence. This is a really neat card, and this is a good reminder of two things. To focus on things that you have control over and that you can influence, but also this is a reminder that you have the ability to influence more than you think you do. Let's see what messages we have. Ooh, sorry, bumping the camera there. Again, this is column taking a look general what's coming for the next 6 months. Now that I bumped the camera, sorry Aquarius, let me just kind of scoot you back into frame here. Okay, that's a little better. So the first card that we have is the Devil card. The Devil card is an interesting card. This is a card, it's really focused on greed or envy or materialism, obsession. It's almost like really thinking a lot. Sometimes when I see this card, it's about being hyper-focused. So my message to you is to again focus on the things that you can influence, and you kind of just have to roll with the punches on everything else. Be very focused on what you can control, be very focused on what you can influence, Aquarius. The next card we have is the Hangman. This is pretty clearly coming through as energy, what we were just talking about, for being very stagnant. The Hangman is a very stagnant card. This person is quite literally hanging there by their foot. They're waiting for something to change. They're waiting for more information. When we flip this card over, then we have the Fool, which means that's that new beginning, that new path. So we're going to clarify this card, of course, but this is kind of that acknowledgement of things not moving, and this is saying, okay, now we get to move forward. Now things are going to start moving for you. Then at the bottom here we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very reliable card. It's very patient, very persistent, and very hard working. This needs to be you, Aquarius, and I'm not saying that it's not already, but this is the reminder to keep pushing forward. Continue to be patient, continue to be reliable, continue to be hard working. When I see the Knight of Pentacles too, this is a card indicating that you'll be reaping the benefits, which is a good thing. We want to, of course, reap the benefits of our hard work. Let's see what clarifying messages we can give you here. Starting off with the Page of Wands, couldn't be happier to see this card. The Page of Wands is a card that's active, new project, new creative idea. Again, there's energy, there's movement, there's freedom coming to you. So again, focus on the things that are in your control, and there's going to be lots and lots of new opportunities popping up for you going into the end of the year. The next card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very confident card and a very self-assured card. Again, these are traits that are speaking to you, Aquarius. So I realize things maybe didn't happen the way you wanted them to the first 6 months. They were slower moving, there were restrictions, there were limitations, but now we're really, really focused on what we can influence. And with the Queen of Wands, this is saying as things come up or you feel stuck again, you need to be confident and you need to be self-assured. And as the Knight of Pentacles was saying, you need to continue to push forward. At the bottom here we have the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of teamwork, collaboration, but this is a quality of work as well. So I will say that you're going to be relying on some people going into the end of the year. Your friend group and your peers at work are really going to help move you forward. Not that you're saying that you're completely reliant on them, but like you're going to have a circle of support that you haven't had before. And again, these are things that are moving you forward, which is a really good feeling, Aquarius. The other note with this Three of Pentacles is going to that quality, that craftsmanship, that skill. Back to the Knight of Pentacles that was saying be patient, be hardworking, be reliable. Those go really hand in hand. Again, your hard work is going to pay off, so continue to do quality work, continue to be skilled, really like take pride and craftsmanship in the things that you're doing. Now taking a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses that you run, investments that you have, anything that you associate with money, Aquarius. The first card that we have is the Nine of Cups. I love the Nine of Cups. I love when this comes up in the money column. This is a card of wishes coming true, material abundance, good health. Material abundance. What more could you ask for in the money column? We want material abundance. So this is a great indicator of your finances going into the next 6 months. This is also wishes coming true. So if you want to get promoted, it's going to happen. If you want a new job, it's going to happen. You want to make more money, it's going to happen. You want to start your business, it's going to happen. Whatever you want as it pertains to money will come to you going into the end of this year. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very gossipy card. This is like water cooler talk, gossip, drama. This is like people being kind of nosy in your business. So I would err on the side of caution. Anytime I see this card, I always tell people like stay out of the water cooler talk, stay out of the gossip, stay out of the drama if you can. Stay above it, Aquarius, because you just don't want even to focus on it. You need to be focusing on the things that you want because they're coming true. So don't get caught up in any of the side conversations that could be happening. Then at the bottom we have the Eight of Pentacles. This ties in really nicely to the two cards that it's next to. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastering your craft and enjoying your employment. One of the things that's coming up for the next 6 months is actually enjoying your work. And there are very few people that can say they enjoy what they do. Aquarius, this card is telling you that you're going to be able to do that. This is also a card of working smarter, not harder. So you'll be able to work less, make more money, which is always a goal for us. This is also of reaping the benefits of your hard work. This card is saying that you've worked hard and that you will be financially benefit from your hard work. Sorry if you guys can hear the dogs barking in the background. Okay, clarifying cards. We do have that Page of Swords card coming up again. So I'm going to echo the message that I gave you earlier with the Page of Swords. Really stay out of the drama, stay out of the gossip. Life is going to be so much better without it. So just kind of keep your head above the fray and avoid it as much as you can. It does feel like there's going to be chatter and there's going to be rumors and there's going to be gossip around you, but it's not serving you, Aquarius, so I would stay away from it. The next card that we have is the Empress card. The Empress card is a card of creation and abundance. Again, abundance keeps coming up. Money and abundance. We love those two together. Again, the ability to create. So we were talking about that with the Nine of Cups. The Empress is saying you can create whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. So another really great indicator of your finances going into the end of this year. Then we also have the Temperance card. Temperance is a card of balance and harmony. What I was saying is not many people get to enjoy their work, but this is saying you're really actually going to be enjoying what you're doing. There's also going to be a nice balance and harmony to it. So if you've been really busy or really slow at the beginning of the year, we're going to be walking that fine balance, which is good to see. So now moving into our next column, which is anything related to love. Think family, friends, relationships, children. The first card that we have is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient and very honest. This is a good reminder, Aquarius, going into the end of the year to take time for you. This is about you time, whether you're single, in a relationship, have family, this is you time. This is also saying that it's important to communicate your needs. Communication is huge when we see the Queen of Swords. So whether that's family, friends, relationship, communication is going to be a big one for you. The next card that we have is the Death card. The Death card does not mean death, but it does indicate big changes, endings, times move on, transformation. So for some of you, you could be entering into a relationship. You could be going to the next stage of your relationship where you're getting engaged, you're getting married. Major love transformation with that Death card there. Then we're going to end with another Queen card. So 2 queens for you. The Queen of Wands. This is the card again about being confident and being self-assured. This is kind of a lot of you doing for you. And it doesn't matter again if you have friends, if you have family, if you're in a relationship, if you're single. This is about communicating what you need with the Queen of Swords, being self-sufficient. And the Queen of Wands is saying you should assure yourself. You should be confident in yourself. And that's great if you receive that from your family, friends, relationships. But this is encouraging you to do for you here, Aquarius. Now taking a look at our clarifying cards. The first clarifying card we have is the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. The Ace of Wands indicates a new project, new urge, new inspiration. What I would tell you here is, again, this could be a lot of you entering into that new stage, new relationship, children, engagement, marriage. We're really moving forward. But for those of you, this could also be like doing things new. Make sure you instill date night the next 6 months. Even if it's only one night a month, do something different to your love routine than you've been doing. Try something new. For those of you that are single, try a new dating app, go to a new place. This is about doing new things that you haven't done with love before. Then on top of the Death card, we have the Fool card. Again, another great indicator for those of you that are single, that are seeking somebody. This is talking about the next step. With the Fool card, this is fresh hope, taking chances. That this is that new path, that new adventure. We're like leveling up in our relationship, whether new relationship, family, engagement, marriage. Then at the bottom here, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of feeling like you need to defend yourself or that there's competition. And this is paired on top of the Queen of Wands, which is again that very confident and very self-assured card. There may be times in the next 6 months where you feel like people are questioning you or you're doubting things. And it's going to be really important, Aquarius, for you to self-assure yourself here. So just keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at our 5th and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. There couldn't be a better ending card here for you. I love when I see the card expectation, because this is like exceeding your expectations. This is better than you imagined it to be. So the next 6 months are going to be much better than you can even imagine it to be, Aquarius. But let's take a look here, see what messages I have for you. Sorry, we're getting a little crooked here as we go along. The first card that we have is the Ace of Cups. And again, anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. The Ace of Cups indicates new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. I feel like a broken record saying that. Baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. That's probably what I'm going to title your video, honestly. There's just new love coming through here for you. And it's going to be exceeding your expectations. It'll be better than anything you could have possibly imagined it to be. The next card we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of voluntary change and trusting your intuition. Anytime you have the face in there, it's trusting your intuition. So this is, again, you doing for you, navigating these new situations. Just follow your gut. Instinctively, you know what you need to be doing, Aquarius. Then at the bottom, we have the Magician. Not at all surprised to see the Magician with the expectation card. The Magician is saying you can have whatever you want. It's about turning visions into reality. So whatever you vision, you can have. We have a cup, we have a pentacle, we have a wand, we have a sword. We have it all with the Magician. Really, really neat final message here for you. Let's clarify and see what else I can give you. The next card we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very patient card. But it does indicate new job, raise, money news. I feel like I've said this a bunch. There's new money and there's new love. Really, really neat to see all of those new things coming into play for you in the next 6 months. Tons and tons of things to be excited about. Then we have the King of Cups, which is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. We had this earlier, and I told you the same thing earlier. I'm not saying that this isn't you, but this needs to be you, Aquarius. You need to be tolerant. You need to be empathetic as you navigate through these situations. Again, with the moon, that your gut is going to tell you where to go. You just need to listen. And last but not least, we have the Three of Swords. Interesting card to get here at the end. The Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression. But when I see this card, this is a card of like taking the sword out of your own heart. And I feel like Aquarius in the first 6 months, that's what we were doing. Conveniently, we're running corner to corner here now. The healing that was done, even though the first 6 months of this year were challenging, now it's unlocking everything. This is going to be exceeding your expectations. This is new love. This is new money. This is new opportunities. This is the Magician saying that you can have whatever you want. And it's because of the work that you've put in this year so far. Really great spread. At this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch Fortune Telling deck. Aquarius, if you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the Jack of Spades. This is number 52 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the King of Diamonds. This is number 15 card. That's going to be a yes. And for question number 3, we have the Ace of Diamonds. This is the number 9 card. That's going to be a no. So we have yes, yes, no, Aquarius. I debated if I was going to do this or not, but we will. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is going to be a crystal for the rest of the year. So in addition to your monthly crystals, you're going to carry this crystal with you. It's fluorite, which is good for order and structure. It helps you say no when you need it. Good for clarity of thought and healthy ego. We also are going to pull a card from this Let Go deck. We are letting go of the last 6 months and preparing ourselves for the next 6 months, so it's very important to let go. Your Let Go note says, "Accept you don't lack for anything. The whole world belongs to you." We are also going to pull a note from our Angel Wishes deck. So this is going to be a message from a loved one of yours that has passed away, Aquarius. Your angel wish says, "Only think positive thoughts as your desires are manifesting." And last but not least, we have our healing note, our standard note to end us out on. Your healing note says, "Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if only one remembers to turn on the light." Thank you so much, Aquarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me very greatly, and you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. If you feel inclined to make a donation, I did include my Venmo in the comments box. But I hope you have absolutely the best 6 months remaining of 2022, Aquarius. Thank you.